What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 of NHL 19 Seattle Kraken Expansion Mode Series. Apologies for no episode last week, but as you can see here, last episode we did win the Stanley Cup, finally. Jack Hughes as well had an awesome playoff run, 23 points in 25 games. Our goalie, though, Shishorkin, was actually the Conn Smythe winner. So, before we get to the draft, guys, I'll quickly just show you a quick look at this draft class. Don't think we have any high picks, so it doesn't really affect us, but as you can see there, a bunch of medium elites. Luckily, no more franchise guys we're going to miss out on. Obviously, if you guys missed last episode too, we have a franchise player who's like 86 overall already. We drafted him at 80. He's just an absolute beast. So the team is looking really good. Might have a little bit of cap issues this summer. I'm sure we can find a way to work around it. And the draft results just came in. Pittsburgh there picking first overall. I don't think they can get the next Sidney Crosby though, seeing as it didn't look like there was any franchise players available. I'll take a quick look here at retired players as well. So Kovalchuk finally retires there, almost a point per game, not bad. Phil Kessel as well, with Malkin, his boy, Parise, James Neal, just kind of guys that are kind of not in their prime right now, but like are on the back end of their prime, I guess. Wayne Simmons, he seems kind of young to be retiring, or 35. I think the earliest they can retire is 35. I don't think they can retire before that, so I like Backlund there, 35. Some pretty big names. Let's check goalies here quickly as well. And there we go. Roberto Luongo finally retires at the age of 45. Are you kidding me? 1,300 games played as a goalie is just insane. 89 shutouts. Like, look at that. He actually finished with 30 points on his career. Jonathan Quick also retires there. Same with Varlamov, Elliott, Schneider. I'll just send our pick. I actually forget when our next pick is. Doing the cup or bust and stuff, I always kind of mess up my draft picks. Alright, so third round, actually. Last pick in the third round is our first pick. 79 medium elite, though. First 3 picks is not bad at all. First 4 picks, it's pretty much the same player, it looks like. All are three wingers and a defenseman. And then the 5th guy there is a 78 winger. Then it's a lot of top 6. Edmonton probably has a medium elite guy there. So not a bad pick for them. Montreal maybe does. Obviously, we've done pretty well so far, like getting late steals. So hopefully we can keep it up here. We'll see if we have any like gems or anything available as well. So we do have one gem here. Look at this. Noonan, guaranteed medium elite. That's insane. He's supposed to go 145. So our next pick's probably late 4th, which means it'll be like a 120 pick. It's definitely going to be risking it. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so he's also the highest potential by far. I mean, see, some people say like, you know, you should like wait and try to get him later. I just think it's better to get him, right, rather than risk it. Although we could trade for a 4th round pick easily. Yeah, I think I just take this guy. Like, why risk it? He's the best by far. A bunch of those other guys will be available at our next pick. So let's get the guaranteed medium elite, even if it's a little early. And let's see, 52 overall out of the draft as well. Not too bad. Our next pick here, guys, is actually 6th pick in the 4th round. So I would have taken them here if we didn't get it with the last one. So since that was our only gem, I'm just going to sort by potential now. It seems to do better for me than actually sorting by like central scouting. So of the, you know, inaccurate medium elites, basically it's like 50-50 if they're medium elite or not. The highest ranked guy is this Urquhart guy. Is actually a top 100 by our scouts. Let's give him a chance here. 49 overall. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see whether or not he's actually medium elite. And our next pick here, guys, is actually the last pick in the 7th round. I totally forgot I traded away a bunch of picks, making that Stanley Cup push. I definitely should have checked. I don't know why I didn't. I should have checked. We still have a guy, though, with chance of being medium elite. Do we take it, or do we get guaranteed low top 9? It's really not that great. Maybe that guy's medium starter, maybe low top 4. I mean, no one's got better than the 50-50 odds, so might as well go for the kind of best case scenario. This guy is an enforcer, so I don't think I've ever seen a medium elite enforcer, although that would be kind of hilarious, just to see kind of how he grew or whatever. So let's see what we have to do here now in the re-sign phase. And as you can see here, we actually have all of our best players locked up, which is pretty awesome, and we still have $16.5 million in cap space. I do know that one winger we traded for with Dallas, he's going to need a new contract. But I mean, look at that Quinn Hughes contract. 89 overall, $4.5 million still. Like, that was insane. Even Krebs and Dak, like, pretty good contracts considering they're high 80s. Milroy's going to get a new contract next year. Burahovsky here, 85 overall. Probably go back to at least 86, 87 over the summer. Krasov does not want to re-sign with us. I mean, we'll have to take a look and see what he wants. Jarmelson, though, does. Same rating. So I mean, obviously we're gonna try and keep him. 5 million for 3 years is pretty fair. 1 year for 4.5. I think we just do 1 year for 4.5, and then hopefully you can just get him for like the same price next year, but we save a bit this year. Krasov does not want to resign. 6 million. I mean, we could do it. Let me sort here by position just to kind of see what we're working with. So for us here, would be like our 4th line center. Burahovsky's honestly too good to be even on the 3rd line as well. So maybe we move him to the wing, or Scheifele to the wing, Hughes to the wing. Yeah, I definitely can't have him on the 3rd line. 3.5 to be a 4th line center. It's just too much money. I'm just going to qualify him, especially at 82. Just not worth it. Wendland's okay. Might as well keep him. The rest of the guys here look to be locked up. Oh, Reese, medium elite. Needs a new contract. Definitely cannot let him go to free agency. That'd be terrible. 63 overall, low top 6. Don't really need to sign him yet. Connor Sherry here does not want to resign. Timashov, though, does. Timashov just been with us for so long. Another just great value contract there. $1 million for 2 years. Being 80 overall winger. I love it. Fogel there, 28 years old. He's done growing. Lewis, 26, 76. I don't know. He's got, I think, especially too, if he turns 27, basically just taking like ice time from guys that can actually get good. Ninamaki, 23 and 69. It's kind of bad. Hopefully, he can find some better guys this summer in free agency for the AHL. So Jarmelson made an offer on Krasov. We could, assuming we have enough money. Nurmi, 25.77. That's still pretty solid. Might as well keep him. Studenich, 25.74. Again, just to help out the AHL team. Why not? Langdon, low elite, obviously. I'm not gonna let this guy go away. I don't know why, like, medium elites ask for the max, and then so do like other guys that aren't deserving of the max. Doesn't really make sense to me. 24 and 68. That's pretty bad. Like, if you're not a 70 by the time you're 23, we're not keeping you. So defense here, Ty Smith needs a new deal. He's only an 81, 2.7. I mean, he's an 81. I'd rather just do 1 year at 2. 700K for the 2 years, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem really worth it for him. Zaitsev wants to stay. He'd actually be our 7th defenseman, not to mention the fact you have Sandin still. So Zaitsev, we're just going to let go. Sandin would love to keep. He's just kind of been waiting to make his NHL debut for a while now. He's actually asking for more than Ty Smith, though. That doesn't make any sense. We'll also do 1 year for him and just kind of see who grows more between him, Nikolic, and Smith. Get those final 2 bomb pair spots. Oslo as well, a 77. He could have a big growth. Philstrom even, 23 and 77. Wants $1 million, though. We're just going to qualify him. Bode Wild, obviously, we're keeping. Brisebois is probably just going to be let go at this point. He's 26. Those guys. Ooh, Oshie, almost missed him. Obviously, can't let a low league go. Other 2 guys aren't even good enough to make the AHL team yet. Finally, goalies here. Shashorkin, still an 85, but he won the Conn Smythe. I thought maybe he'd go up in rating. Does not want to re-sign with us. I mean, we'll have money from him and Krasov. We let them both go to get like an actual elite goalie. Sorokin's a great backup. Enroth could continue to be our AHL starter. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep Enroth here. And then Eriksson Ek, we're just going to let go. He's 25. And then Brody there will be the backup. Before we make an offer on either Shashorkin or Krasov, I want to see how much money we have left, because that could just be used to get us a starting goaltender. As you can see here, Bode Wild accepted our offer. Same with Timashov, Langdon, Studenich, Fortier, Oshie, Smith. Okay, was worried about him. Wendland, Sandin, Nurmi. Kind of all the younger guys. Jarmelson as well. So we got him coming back, which is huge. So it looks like actually every single player accepted our offer. I mean, we didn't really undercut anyone, and plus they're all younger guys, so usually easy to get them locked up. So we have 11.4 million now in cap space still, which is pretty awesome. All these guys here that don't have contracts aren't really good enough to be in the AHL. And the only guys we have to sign, Krasov and Sherry do not want to re-sign. Sherry we don't even need. Frost we have the qualifying offer on. Same with Philstrom. So 11.4. We'd have to overpay him to keep him, so it'd be like 7 million, which will leave us about 4.5 for Shashorkin here. And he wants 5.2. So yeah, I think it'd honestly be better just let Krasov go. We have a good amount of depth. We could make a trade even and try and sign like a true elite goaltender to be our starter. And we're at the free agency period, guys, so hopefully, like I was saying, there's a very good goalie available. Also, as you can see there, Draisaitl, Rantanen both available. That's insane. Backstrom too. Provorov. I mean, our defense is pretty stacked. Hedman even. He actually wants less than Provorov just because he's older, but still 91 overall. Matthew Tkachuk is there as well, so we could actually have both the Tkachuk brothers if we wanted to. That'd be pretty sick. Kuznetsov, Konechny, Hamilton, Krasov, like absolutely stacked free agent class. Goalies, come on. Look at this. Nedojevic, 88 overall now. Holtby there, also 88 overall, but he's 6 years older. Wants $1 million less. Then Shashorkin there is the 3rd best. Or sorry, Bobrovsky's the third best, 35, but still an 87. Ooh, the potential though. It looks like he might be starting to slow down as they're pretty sure it's a fringe starter potential. I'm guessing it's probably starter, but 35, 87 with starter potential means he'll probably end up being like an 85. Nedojevic though, 28, 88 overall. That's just our goalie for the next 4 years. I say we go hard after him. 8.5. Does he get cheaper? No. Yeah, just give him 7 years. Until he's 35, so it's actually not even a bad contract. And we still have about $3 million to get us a forward. Obviously, we'd love one of the elite guys, but we just do not have the cap space. Speaking of, though, let's check and see if there's any good two-way players available. Can sometimes find like a diamond in the rough here. So potential. The low elite there, it's like there's like no chance it is. I'm not gonna basically waste a contract spot. This guy, Olsen, medium top 6. I don't know, 25 though, and only 73. 1951, good chance he's medium top 6. Fisher, might as well take a chance on him. Comtois is also available, 2576. Definitely he'll end up being better in like your guys' franchise if you start now, because EA updated his rating and I think even his potential in the last roster update. Geeky, 2576. He's not too bad, and honestly, like our AHL team could use a few more bodies. Plus, we have a decent amount of roster spots. Let's see if there's anyone else like 75 plus. Oh wow, 23 and 76 for both of these guys. Even Samson there, 23 and 75. Like that's pretty good. By the time they're 26, if they have 3 good years, they could get up to a 80 potentially, be like a fourth liner. So 2 of them are RFAs. Rodriguez though is just available, so we give them all the max contract. And sometimes too, like the teams against has a max contract, so they can't match, and that's how you can get them for free. Other times they just don't care, it seems. Frederick Carlson here is 26, but 78 overall. Also an RFA. I'll take a chance on him. Sompy here, 26, 78 UFA. So I feel like chances are we don't get the RFAs, but like a guy like this, if he grows to a 79, 80, we could actually fill him on the fourth line, and he'd be pretty solid there, I think. I'm actually going to give out 2 more offers here, guys. I missed Morand here. 25, 76. He's an RFA, though. And then Bastion, 26, 76. But again, I think the AHL team could use a little bit of help. We're not going to get all the guys already owned by teams. Goalies here. Does not look like there's much here at all in terms of like good players to sign. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. So this Fisher guy accepted our offer. Hopefully he has a medium top 6. Obviously taking a chance on him as he's 19. He's young. Bastion though accepts our offer. Makes the AHL team better. Morand accepts as of now. Bernard though staying with the Devils. Sompy accepted. He was 78. So like I said, he could make the fourth line. Comtois, Barlage or whatever went with Edmonton. Geeky accepts. Carlson accepts as of now. We'll have to wait and hear from him. Rodriguez. Samson goes to the Coyotes. So looked like most of the guys that were RFAs went with their team except for a couple. Nedojevic goes with Canadians. What the heck? I offered him like 8.5. So I offered him an extra 400K. And don't the Montreal Canadiens have carry price? Like I definitely have to check that now because they make absolutely no sense. We also have less cap space even though all we've signed is like AHL players. I don't know, like the game sometimes just doesn't make sense to me. So Bobrovsky or we bring Shishorkin back. Shishorkin was good for us even though he's only an 85. Maybe we bring him back again for like 1 year and just kind of if he plays well we keep him. Do like 1 year at 5.75. I mean we did win a cup with him, so if we do that we could actually still have like $5 million to get a really good player too, or at least a solid one. I would like a forward. A lot of guys already gone. Drysdale, Rantanen. Kuznetsov, we could almost get 6.7. Like, that would be kind of insane to bring him in. No team's interested either. Like a 1 year deal on Kuznetsov. Josh Hosang. 84 overall. It's not too bad a value. 4.3 for an 84. Like a Vander Kane here. 32 years old, wants 4.2. Frost, I'm hoping just no one signs. Cole Caulfield's available as a UFA. 23 years old, 83 overall. He's got medium top 6. Let's lock him up. He wants 3.5 there for 2 years. What about for 7 years, 4.3? Let's do try another deal at this awesome value. 7 years. Oh, we don't need him for that long. We only need him for 4. Let's do 4 years, 3.8. He's got medium top 6. That could be an absolute steal. And so Karlstrom got matched by the Jets. That was the 78 guy. Caulfield though accepts our offer. I think that was honestly a great contract. Morand here also matched by the Ducks. Yeah, we didn't get any of the RFAs. Waiting to hear back from Shishorkin. He's coming back. So we tested free agency. We got him back. So I think we don't have much money left. But our defense is good. Our goaltending is good. We actually probably use like one more forward. And we somehow have 3.5 million cap space still after signing Caulfield, and Sheshorkin. So I really don't get how it works in the summer. Frost, I'm willing to play hardball with. Like, he's an 82. He's not worth 3.6. We just got Caulfield for 3.8, who's an 83 with a lot more upside. So let's see here. Chaplik, UFA, 82. If we end up moving one of our top 3 centers, Hughes, Scheifele, Burahovsky to the wing, we'll actually need a third line center, or even a fourth line. Frost could play third. Chaplik maybe plays fourth. We don't see any other centers here. Kachuk could also go to the center, but let's try signing Chaplik. He's 27, so he's not too old, not going to get bad. 1 year does not change the price. Let's do 2 years, 3.5, and hope Boston paid less. Actually, that's all we really can afford. And Chaplik goes with Boston, doesn't sign with us, so still need to find a center. Philstrom here in a 6th for Ben Hutton. Like I said, we have good defense, so no reason to do that. So we could move Kachuk, I guess, to third line center. Frost be fourth line, so we just need a winger still. 82. Patre there, 83, but top 9 forward potential means he's just going to go down. Marchand, 36, 82. If he's top 9, like, he should be able to keep an 82 rating. It's not too bad. Yanni Gord there. I mean, it'd be kind of crazy to bring back Brad Marchand, have, like, him and Brady Kachuk on the line. Just, like, the ultimate instigator line. I kind of liking this, to be honest. Let's try, like, no one else is going to sign him. 2.5 for 1 year. And then maybe we can find, like, $1 million player that's decent value. And check this out, guys. Ty Ronning is available. 26 years old, 80 overall. Only wants $1 million. For an 80 overall right on, that's a pretty good value, especially since he's 26. He has 1 year left to grow. Low top 6. I feel like we got to do this for X-Tech. So let's offer him a 1.15, an extra 100K there. Hopefully he says yes. I think, again, that's very, very good value. And as you can see here, Marchand does accept our offer. Hopefully he keeps the 82 rating. Tyrone, though, rejected. Odd. Would like to join the team, but you have a full roster. It said like we had 47 contracts. Trading a top 4 D-man for picks does not make sense. That sucks. I'm just going to double check. It showed like he went to Vegas, but just want to double check and make sure. And he did go with Vegas. That sucks. And I'm looking at our forwards, guys. As it turns out, we actually didn't need Ronning. We have 12 forwards here, all 80 plus. Fourth line there is going to be like Timashov, Marchand, and Spruev, as I think Spruev was originally a center. Faceoffs are only 62 though, so he really shouldn't be playing center. So yeah, it looks like I don't know what we're gonna do. Or actually, Frost still hasn't signed, so Frost actually be our fourth line center. In which case, we actually have an extra guy. So yeah, not the end of the world by any means. And Philstrom here was just offered 1.125 by the Capitals for 2 years, 70% overall, but he's got medium league potential, so we have to match that. Or sorry, he's got top 4D potential, just to make sure like we don't lose a player. Plus, if we bury him, it costs us like 125K, which is nothing. So was hoping we could get him for less than that by qualifying, but of course the Capitals had to mess that up. Still waiting to hear back from Frost. Probably gonna have to just end up signing him in the fall. $4 million by the Oilers for 3 years. And we do not have the money to sign him. That is a lot for an 82. I mean, we have 12 forwards right now. We would just have to figure out a way to like get somebody playing fourth line center, and we can't trade him. So yeah, it's either we trade away somebody to bring in Frost, or I think we just take it. I'm just gonna take it, whatever. Took a risk on him. We might actually just have to have Spruev play fourth line center, even though he doesn't have the greatest face-off. We did draft him as a center, so hopefully it'll be okay. And we're at the start of the season, guys. As you can see there, team status is still considered champion. That kind of just tells you how stacked this team is, considering the fact we have an 85 starting goalie. So check this out. First line, we have Krebs, Hughes, and Burahovsky, who's now an 87. Like I was saying, had to move either him, Hughes, or Scheifele to the wing. He's way too good to be a third liner. He's actually got a first line role there. Franchise potential. He could honestly get to like a 90. First line should just tear it up. Second line here we have Milroy, Scheifele, and Jarmelson. Third here is Kachuk, Dak, and Caulfield. And then the fourth is Marchand, Spruev, and Timashov. So much depth on that forward group. Like, our third line is probably better than a lot of teams' second lines. Maybe even first line for their rebuilder. Defense here you have Hughes, Carlson, Honka, Vishnevsky, Smith, and Nick Lishin. Neither Smith or Nick Lishin grew. Same with Sandin. So bomb pair stayed the same. Carlson, though, dropped by 2, now an 87. He is 34 years old, but I mean, Hughes is like the new number 1 for us. Not too big of a deal. Goalies there also stayed the same. Shortkin still an 85, Stroke an 82. Want to show you guys this, the power play. Look at this first one. Like, that is just insane how stacked it is. Even the second one, too. You can see there, we actually have Milroy in the middle. Even though he's a winger, he's actually got pretty good faceoffs at 83. And even though he hasn't scored too much for us, he does have decent hands. I feel like maybe playing in between Caulfield and Marchand, two pretty good snipers. Carlson and Jarmelson on the back end, maybe like improves his scoring. That's the reason I have Dak as the third line center. His hands aren't too great, 77 DK and whatever, but 96 D awareness, 88 stick check. He might be like the best third line center in the league. So pretty excited to see how that NHL team does. AHL team also looking pretty good here. You can see there lots of 70s. I've actually got this Reese guy on the second line center spot, mediumly potential, so hopefully he grows. Playing with Comtois there and Studenich. As you can see, every other player other than him in the forward group is a 70, so not bad. Defense is stacked too for the AHL. We have 3 79s. Philstrom here is medium or low top 4. Osla though, medium elite. Sandin's obviously solid. We have 76, 75, 76, like insane decor for the AHL. Even the goalies, Enros now is 75, Madden backing up to 72. So AHL team should be good, NHL team should be good. Try and defend our Stanley Cup here so we can go back to back. That'd be sick. Just got this off from Edmonton. Want to give us McCabe in a third for a second, a fourth, and Franzen just got top 60 potential. I think our D is pretty solid right now. McCabe would have to be like at least an 82, and even then, we're upgrading by like 1 overall. He's an 80. Never mind. Yeah, it's definitely not worth it. Plus all that depth we have in the AHL, 379s. I'm sure someone's making the jump next year. Also, as you guys can see here, currently we were just 7-5-1. Now 8-6-1 here. About halfway through November. Not exactly where we want to be. I thought this team would be doing even better, but at least we are positive. Just got another decent trade off here, guys, from the Predators. Want to give us Johansson, a third, and Gardner for a first, second in Korea. Thing is, our forwards are already stacked. Johansson's making 3.6 now, so 85 overall. Wow, how is he making 3.6? That's very good value, actually. And we could use him to be like our fourth line center, third line center. Okay. Gardner, 79's not worth it for us at all, but Johansson I would really like bringing in. He's actually got decent face-offs there. Just make our forward group even more stacked. We're actually negative right now, 13, 15, and 3. Korea, what's his potential? Low top 9. So, I don't know what Johansson's value. Oh, he's got pretty good value. Let's take all that off. Take our first off. Not quite enough. Okay, so maybe if we're playing better by the deadline, looking to get in Johansson, as I think at his contract, that's a very fair offer. Another trade off here, guys. St. Louis wants to give us Fabry, a fourth and a sixth for our first in 2025. Like our forward group's so good, I don't even know if it makes sense to trade for another forward. 84 overall, literally a third, maybe even fourth liner for us. So yeah, I'd rather just hold on to the first round pick. We actually could use like a few nice prospects for the next few years. As you can see here, we've actually started winning quite a bit. Now 26, 18, and 6. Few weeks away here from the deadline. And we just got another big trade off. This one from the Capitals. Want to give us Ryan O'Reilly and a fifth for our first, second, and Philstrom. Again, like I'd rather a goalie getting offered to us. O'Reilly here, quite a bit of money. 85 overall. Yeah, no, that's way too much money for an 85, especially giving up a bunch of picks and prospects. As you can see there, we continue to win 31-20 or 32 now, 20-7. Bully we don't need. Honestly, like this team, it was not looking too good there. Like a couple months ago, we had a negative record beginning of January, like 15-17, and we have just been on an absolute tear here through January and February. Probably put ourselves nicely in a playoff spot. As I say that, we lose to Dallas there 7-5. Hopefully, big win here against Boston. They do have a negative record, and we have a couple days here, so we're at the trade deadline. And of course, we lose there to Boston, back-to-back losses. That's okay. Petrovic for second and a fourth. Again, just going to say no. Our defense is fine. So 33, 22, and 7 at the deadline. It's a pretty solid record. Actually puts us second place. Jack Hughes there, 52 points in 62 games. So pretty solid. He's actually got more goals right now than assists, which is kind of surprising, as he's got like 99 passing and everything. So pretty happy with this. I do want to check too and see how Shishorkin's doing. As like maybe we don't have to get a goalie. We'll take a look, I guess, at his stats. Krebs there, 45. A few guys there with 40, so that's always good to see. So let's see here. Shishorkin, 25 and 16, .907 save percentage, 2.67 goals against. I mean, so he's got a decent record, and it's because of the team in front of him. Like, almost below a 9 save percentage, and he's got 2.7 against. Like, you want it to be at least sub 2.5. So yeah, I am going to try and make a trade for the goalie. Maybe we just got lucky last year winning with him. I think definitely like the forward group, the defense is more than capable of winning a cup, especially with an elite goaltender behind them. So check this out, guys. As soon as I went looking for a trade for a goalie, Anaheim has Gibson on the block. So that's one of the best goalies you can have. 31 years old, 89 overall, making $6.4 million for 2 more years. I don't know why he's on the block. Decent amount of value to trade for him. Also, I noticed here too, Boston has Bobrovsky on the block, now in 84, so very glad we did not sign him. Colorado here does not have Anderson on the block, but he's a 90 overall with not that much value. Thing is, he's 35, so it says he's probably got elite potential that could drop to starter. I mean, he could retire. I don't know. It's a tough trade. I mean, it looks like it's probably good value, though. But then Detroit here has this Elliott guy, 24 years old, 89 overall, so same rating as Gibson. 5 years younger, though, making $2 million less. I don't know why. He's on the block. So, I mean, he could be great for us. And he still has 3 years left to grow. So, he could end up being like a low 90, which is kind of insane. So, I think I'm going to go for Elliott. I think like he could just end up being the best one. Makes more sense to go for him than Gibson, as he's also cheaper right now. Anderson is like obviously the risk. So, Shishorkin will trade back just because he has value. Also, 2 guys I was noticing. So, we drafted that one guy in the 3rd round this year. He has medium elite. And then the guy we drafted in the 4th round also has medium elite. It was like a 50-50. And as you can see there, he's got medium elite. So pretty good draft considering we didn't have a 1st or 2nd round pick. The one guy who's at 55 actually has more value for some reason. So, I mean, we already have a couple other guys. Osla, Reese. Like our defense is stacked, so probably I do trade the defenseman. I feel like that probably gets it done. Looks to be about equal value. They don't want either, but the value is equal and Elliott's on the block. Hopefully he plays good for us. He looks good. He's young. He'll be our goalie for the next 4 years. Let's see what Detroit says. And they do accept the offer. So a big trade there. But I feel like Shishorkin just wasn't getting it done. So hopefully Elliott here can play good for us. I noticed his stats weren't too great on Detroit, but obviously they aren't the best team. Obviously our team is stacked. So with the team we have playing in front of him, he should do even better. And next year, guys, trying to make one final trade at the deadline, make our Stanley Cup push. Trying to get Johansson from the Predators. Like I was saying, I can't believe just how good of a contract he's on. So might as well take advantage of that. He's on the block still. 32 years old, 85 overall center, making 3.6 for the next 6 years. Like, that's insane. Even if he goes down in rating, that's still a really good contract. Also, as you can see here, currently at 60 points in 62 games. So producing, like, that's just a great add to the forward group. I'm also trying to dump salary here. Sprua's making $4.5 million. 83 overall, which isn't too bad, but playing on our 4th line, you can see there, 14 points. That's like, what are we paying him? That's a lot of money per point. Offering them a 1st round pick on top of that, which they want. And then Lindsay here, fringe starter goalie potential. He's an okay addition. Hopefully just make sure the trade goes through. Let's see what the Predators say here. And they do accept the trade. I figured they would. So, very good trade for us. And as you can see, we've actually cleared up cap space in both these trades while also improving our team. So, now have about $5 million cap space, which we can actually use next summer to re-sign guys and obviously sign new free agents. So, really like how the team's shaping up. So after those 2 trades, guys, our team is even more stacked. Obviously, first line's the same. Burahovsky is actually now in 91. Second line here, we have Johansson, Scheifele, and Caulfield. Caulfield, I didn't even realize, is a 6 shot on him. 97 wrist shot accuracy. I mean, no reason he can't put up a ton of points playing with Scheifele and Johansson. Johansson, like I said, at 60. This might be the best 3rd line in the NHL for sure now. We have Jarmelson, Dak, and Milroy. Milroy and Dak both 87s, but don't put up too many points. Milroy there has 30. Dak's got 38, which I guess is actually pretty good for them, considering I don't think either have hit 50. Timashov, Kachuk, Marchand's pretty solid 4th line. Defense obviously hasn't changed. And the second power play unit's now Caulfield, Johansson, and Jarmelson with Smith and Carlson. Again, just like Caulfield, Jarmelson's pretty 6 shot on him. Terrible hands too, I noticed. So hopefully Johansson can just get the puck to one of those 2, or even Carlson on the point. I think too we have like one of the best PKs in the league. We have Dak, Milroy, Honka, Hughes, just 2 very fast defensemen. 2 like very good two-way players. So obviously on top of that as well, Elliott, 89 overall goalie. Like, this team should be destined for a Stanley Cup. Hopefully, of course, just the sim goes our way. And as you guys can see here, we're now at the end of the season. Finished with a record of 46, 28, and 8. So really turned it around that second half, especially after the deadline, winning a ton of games. I mean, I showed you guys our team is so stacked. So what is that? 90 to 100 points, I think, right on. AHL team there also had 50 wins, so they look really good. AHL team was also obviously stacked. So yeah, 100 points right on. We win the division. That's awesome. Johansson's actually our leading scorer there, 70 points. Kind of crazy. 85 overall, but people were saying how it's not all about the overall. It's about certain individual stats, and I think that's kind of showing. Although, I mean, obviously a 90 is better than a 85, but sometimes an 85 is better than 87 if you got the stats in the right spot. So I saw the Islanders there at 101. Curious to see where he finished in the entire league. But first, we'll check our leading scorers. Can't believe Johansson beat out Jack Hughes. Yeah, he had 68. Krebs 59. Burahovsky only 55. I don't get it. 91. Franchise potential. playing with 2 other 90s. Like, doesn't make sense to me. Scheifele there, 58. Caulfield at 53, 32 goals. Like I said, 6 shot. Jarmelson there, 47, which is kind of surprising. He had 31 assists. Terrible passing, though. Really good shots. I don't know how that worked. Dak there, 44. Hughes, 36. Milroy, 35. Marchand, 32. He's 79 now. Jeez. What was he, an 82 to start the year? He was like an 81 last I checked, but dropping fast. I think, did we only sign him to 1 year? We did, so at least that's a good news. Carlson, only 27. Still 87 overall. I think he's actually about to expire, so we could probably just get him cheaper, as he's still like a decent defenseman, just not what he used to be. And checking goalies now, Elliott finished the season 31, 25, and 3, 7 shutouts. Save percentage there about .92, goals against 2.48, so better than Shesterkin, but Sorokin here actually had better stats. I think though Elliott had like worse stats with Detroit, so probably with just us they're better. We'll check too to see the leading score was the entire league. And as you can see there, Tarasenko actually on the Predators, 99 points, so that's why Johansson had so many. Same with Tolvanen there, 95. I don't know why they wanted to trade him. Like, was doing good, great contract. Lafreniere, 89 points on Edmonton. That's just like unfair. They have him and McDavid now. Are you kidding me? Reinhardt, Peluso. This guy must be made up. Yeah, 2021, 6th pick. Same with Raymond there. Taylor Hall still crushing it and still in the Devils. So that's pretty cool to see. Like I was saying, guys, we finished first in the division, but curious to see where we were in the entire NHL. So finished 6th. It's not too bad. We're actually one of 5 teams there, or sorry, one of 6 teams with 100 points. And last in the entire league, Montreal Canadiens, 69 points. Pittsburgh Penguins, geez. We're curious to see 2 AHL team. So in the division, they're 2nd there with 106. Not bad at all. I wonder if, like, yeah, they're 3rd place in the league. So our division, us and the Utica Comets are just sick. Colorado Eagles, though, 115 points. So we can start with the playoffs now again. Both teams are sick. If we don't win a Stanley Cup, maybe at least we'll win a Calder Cup. See we're matched up with here in the first round. And check this out, guys. In the first round, playing the Preds, so bit of a grudge match for Johansson and Spruev. As you can see there, they have Tolvanen, Schmaltz, and Tarasenko on the first line. So our first line just destroys theirs. Like, our starting depth is so much better. They're actually playing Spruev on the second line, so that just kind of tells you. He was 4th line center for us. Ellis, Parayko, Petrovic, Dillon. Wow, they've lost Subban and Yossi. That D does not look too great. Saros, an 85 starter, is not bad. Ottinger is a good backup. It basically looks like Tolvanen and Tarasenko just carrying this team. I think they're, what, 1st and 3rd in the league in points. So I accidentally sent the first game. We actually lost 2-1. I mean, it doesn't make sense how we lose this team. They have 2 good players, but we also have 2 players just as good. And then the rest of the team, it's not even close. So hopefully here can win this next game at home, tied up 1-1. Going to Nashville. Let's see what happens. So first period here, no score. Second period, Tolvanen gets 1, of course. And third period, we get 2, Caulfield and Krebs. Schmaltz for them, so it's all tied up. Nothing in the first OT. And there we go, third OT, Quinn Hughes gets the game winner. Man, okay, if we didn't win that one, went down 2-0, that has sucked. Makes no sense. I showed you guys. I don't get how, like, these teams that have 70s in the NHL lineup are even keeping it close with us when we have, like, 87s on the third line. I don't get it. All right, so here we go. Third game now in Nashville. There we go. Caulfield and Krebs again. Open up the scoring. 2 more, this time Jack Hughes and Jarmelson. And they get 1 in the third. Doesn't matter, though. Milroy also gets 1. So big 5-1 win. Looks like we're finally awake here in the playoffs. Maybe just had an unlucky first game. Although, that second game was really close, too. But let's see here. We can go back-to-back in Nashville. Get the 3-1 series lead. That would be huge. I think the AHL team is actually down right now. 1-2 in the playoffs. Not a good look. But first period here. Down 1. Astles scores for them. Tarasenko in the second. We do get 1 in the third, but not enough. They took it to us that 4th game, so tied up 2-2 now. And check this out, guys. Our AHL team, who had 50 wins, gets knocked out in the first round, 3-1 to Laval. I mean, that's unfortunate. Hopefully your NHL team can make up for the AHL. So first period, game 5, down 2-1. Spruev, of course. Astles, Krebs for us. Second period, get nothing. Third period, there we go. Milroy forces it to OT. And there we go again. Big OT winner from Dak. Looks like he just sniped that one from the slot. So now the 3-2 series lead. Just have to win one of these next 2 games to put it away. Hopefully here either game 6 in Nashville, game 7 at home. I mean, 2 OT wins for us. Like, it's been a very, very close series. I thought for sure we would just dominate this team. The sim, though, it's always tough. So 6th game, first period. We're up 1-0. Get 1 from Jack Hughes. Second period there, Jack Hughes again. Can he get the hat trick? And he doesn't, but we do get the win. Vishnevsky and Caulfield. So beat the Preds in 6. We'll take it. And next round, guys, we're up against the Vegas Golden Knights. Fuka Fuji. I have no idea who this guy is. That's a cool name, though. Second round pick there, 85 overall. McKinnon, Tuck, Krasov they signed. They got Glass, only an 83, I'm surprised. Smith, Lee, Kadri, Ronning, Comfort, Kara. So, I mean, decent forward group. Ours is better. Riley, Petrangelo, that's a sick top pair. Theodore's still on the team, same with Miller. So, decent defense. It's about equal. Subban, okay, yeah, we have a much better goalie then. So, again, another team that we are better on than in paper. Plus, I think they're in our division, and we won the division. Or, I might be mixing that up with the AHL team already. But either way, we should beat these guys. So, yeah, we did win the division, or at least a higher seed than them. First game there is at home. So, first period here. Up 1, Jack Hughes scores. Second period, nothing. Third, we get, oh my god, they get 3. Kadri, Smith, and Glass. Alright, Jack Hughes at least got a goal for us. I forgot to mention, too, he's our leading scorer there after the first round. I think he had 7 points in 6 games. So, second game here, hopefully can bounce back from that first loss. So here we go. First period, get 2 goals, Scheifele and Dak. Then we get another one there from Quinn Hughes. And third period, Kachuk and Milroy score. Kadri gets 1, but not enough. So, a big 5-1 win for us. Tie that series up. Definitely did not want to go down to nothing. And third game here in Vegas. First period, we're down by 1. Fukufuji for them. Big second period. Johansson, Hughes for us. Comfort, Lee for them. So we're down 1 here going into the third. And we get 1 from Ty Smith. There we go. OT, we need a hero. Come on. And there we go. Cole Caulfield snipes one. Looks like a, I don't know, it was like on the goal line, a bit to the side. Maybe it was like backdoor or something. He just roofed it. So now up 2-1 in the series. Finally looking pretty good here. Alright, so we'll see here if we can get the 3-1 series lead. Of course, that would be crucial. Otherwise, it's all tied up 2-2. First period, they get 1 there from Lee. Second period, they get another there from Petrangelo. And third period, we get 2. But Riley Smith also scores. So, looks like we were mounting a comeback. Just fell a little short. All tied up, so it's the best of 3 now. And here we go, guys. In the first period, Game 5. 1-1, McKinnon, Burahovsky. Second period's huge. Carlson, Caulfield each score. And there we go. Third period, we just keep it alive. Marchand and Jarmelson. Game number 6 here. Just have to win one of these next 2. We'll see if we can win both the first 2 series in 6. Here we go. Vegas, first period. 1-1, Scheifele, Comfort. Down 2-1 now. We need a third period. Come on. Ronnie and Fukufuji again. So, Game 7 here. At least we're playing in Seattle, where we've played pretty well so far. Yeah, we're 2-1 at home, so let's see here if we can keep it going. Game number 7. Come on. Let's make the Western Conference. First period. Alright, down by 1. Jarmelson for us. Tuck and Ronnie for them. Second period. Kadri for them. Johansson for us. We need a big third period here. Are you kidding me? Milroy Hughes score, but then they get 1 from the 4th liner and Smith. 5-4, lose to Vegas there. Semifinals. Our team was so much better than them, but I mean, it happened. So hopefully I can bounce back next year. And the draft results just came in, guys. San Jose there with the first overall pick. Edmonton gets 2nd via Colorado. Philly 3rd via Tampa Bay. What are these teams doing trading draft lottery picks? I'll take a look at the draft class here. Maybe like somehow a franchise guy shows up. No, though, just looks like 5 elites at the top. So usually that's the case. Later on, it'll be like 5 medium elites for the top 5, and everyone else is less. Unless, of course, you find like a diamond in the rough. Take a quick look here at the retired players. So Brent Burns called it a career. Brian Little, Yandel there, Shankirk, Radulov, Vlasic. He actually had the most games played, 1,385. Just didn't have the most points. So some pretty big names there. Check goalies too. Maybe a veteran retires. Pecorine, that's pretty big. Tuukka Rask, Corey Crawford, Dubnyk. Jeez, these guys went pretty long too. They're all like pushing 40. So goalies must retire later, I think, than players, because a lot of players have been retiring at like 35. And check this out. Look at the players that are now scouts. You got Brian Little, Wilson, Tanev, Brent Burns, Peachy, Alzner. I don't think Brent Burns would ever become a scout, but I am definitely hiring him next season, because that is amazing. So I'll take a look here and see Stanley Cup champ. It's the New York Rangers. Jack Hughes there. 14 points in 13 playoff games for us. I mean, he always comes through in the playoffs. Unfortunately, it just was not enough. I'll take a look here at the playoff tree as well. So Rangers there. They actually beat Vegas in the Stanley Cup Finals. So we lost to the eventual Western Conference champions. And the Rangers swept the Hurricanes there round 1. Beat the Islanders in 5. Sabres in 5. And then a close series there with Vegas. Best of 7. So we'll take a look at the awards as well. I don't think we'll be getting any, but you never know. I was really hoping for those back-to-back cups, but we still do have a chance. Player awards here, we know Tarasenko with the Art Ross. He also gets the Hart. Klingberg there, James Norris. Tolvanen, Lady Bing. Turner here with the Calder. Anderson got the Conn Smythe. Rawlings there got the Vezina. William Jennings goes to Subban. Jacobson here with the Bill Masterson. Nikas with the Selke. Tarasenko with Ted Lindsay. And then Salo there, Maurice Richard. Okay, so a lot of like creative players here winning awards. AHL, Rashelov's now in the AHL, playing for the Colorado Eagles. That's kind of funny. And that must be why that team was so good. You got most points, MVP. They also have this Thompson guy with most goals. Zaitsev's also in the AHL for Colorado Eagles. When I was looking at Colorado, I saw they had a lot of depth. Like, they didn't have a ton of like really good players, but they had like more than 12 80 overall forwards. So that's probably why the AHL team just did so well. Rene as well was in the AHL. He goes out as the MVP of the Calder Cup playoffs before retiring. That's kind of cool. Radulov also got sportsmanship there. Osla there, community involvement. We have an Osla as well. There must just be like a name they use for like a bunch of different players. As you can see there, Lavelle won the Calder Cup. So kind of disappointing year for us considering just how good our team was. But our cap situation is looking pretty good. Like, I think we'll be able to keep most of the team together. The trade for that Detroit goalie who's only making 4.8, that was huge. Just taking a quick look here. Yeah, so everyone's locked up for next year except for Milroy, who's an 86 now. Shouldn't really need much of a raise. Carlson's going to go down for sure. He was making 9.5. He's now an 85. Jarmelson, we should be able to afford. So yeah, like, most of this team we should be able to bring back, maybe even add a guy or two, plus get some growth from the AHL, try and win 2 Stanley Cups in 3 years, which obviously wouldn't be too bad. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have any ideas for trades, drafts, whatever, definitely let me know in the comments section. Other than that, thank you guys again for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.